going over top 5 players in the metro area here in the 6A world. Before we get to the top 3, we just went over the top 2. Drew Wasana was at 5, and then you look at Marcus Williams, who easily could climb that ladder as a junior. He could be in this top 3, no problem. But Marcus Williams then at number 4. Charles, real quick though, Marcus Williams and the Cleveland Storm, big night last night as they beat Santa Fe. We'll talk about that more in depth in District 1 6A and where it's at. But Cleveland this time smashed Santa Fe at home.
Yeah, no question about who the better team was last night. Cleveland made sure that they gave the Demons no confidence. Went in at home, made sure that I think they knocked down 11 or 12 three-pointers. So they had a good shooting night, a good bounce back for these guys. And now, with all that said and done, they're right back in first place. But with Volcano coming to town on Friday.
There's some big games coming up. Cleveland going to host Volcano, where Rancho's got to play Cibola at home.
Doesn't get easy.
These are big-time monster games in the district. And that all being said, on Thursday night, we've got Valley and Albuquerque High, so a ton on the schedule, a ton to go over this week. So let's get to these top 3 right now, Charles, as we get to number 3. And just like Marcus Williams, this guy can be number 1 or number 2, but Christian Cunningham having a fantastic senior year, one of the most athletic forwards in the state.
Yeah, he's a hard matchup because he's so athletic. He's getting stronger, so he's down there bullying out some of the guys. Look at the nice finish off the Liddell miss, put back right there. As he develops, if he gets a little jumper, I could see him being at number 1 on this list.
That's what I want to see.
Right now, his low post moves are getting a lot better. His footwork is right where it needs to be. And he's the reason why Cibola is even in the discussion about, in my opinion.
Yep, he's got a great little high-low with Liddell. He can kick it. You see some of his footwork on the inside and his passing skills. So he's got a lot of pieces. Christian Cunningham, maybe one of the best D1 prospects in the state, got his first offer to UTEP, which is really great. So he is going to go to the D1 level. We know that.
Yeah, he's D1 talent. He's raw, but he's developing. That's why, you can tell he works on his game. Every time I get a chance to break down film with him, he adds something different into what he's utilizing as far as a low block move or swinging the ball through and taking a nice jump hop and finishing strong. That once that 15 to 17-footer jump shot gets into it, he's going to be a tough matchup.
That's the key, right? If he can develop a mid-range type game, then he's going to fit into the next level. The problem is his size at the next level. Everyone's that size, right?
So he'll probably have to bulk up.
Sure.
Develop that shot because, as you mentioned, there's tons of 6'6", 6'7" guys floating around that's athletic. What separates you will be the things that you have to work on in the offseason, the jump shot, the ball handling. He has the intangibles. He's a fighter. He works really hard. So I like his chances.
You're going to find out who the top 2 are with this next one, no problem, right? Because it'll kind of tell the story. But was there any doubt that it came down to Brady Patterson and Ryan Jones? And because of Patterson's performance against Ryan Jones, this is why Ryan Jones is number 2. Scoop up and under. He can score in every single way. Jones underneath. Scrappy type player. He'll get the rebounds, the putbacks, Charles. But this is what he's so good at. Open court, guarantee you know it's going to be a finish.
Yeah, he's gotten stronger this year, finishing around the rim. We always know he could shoot the ball. The question with him was, can he handle the rock? Can he make a strong move to the basket? His athleticism, we don't talk about that enough. Good steal right there, great finish. I like the kid's game.
I mean, like you say, he could do it all. He could dish it, nice dish underneath. He could break a player down. Ryan Jones, D1 athlete, no doubt, splash in the corner. And then you talked about his athleticism. Well, there's some of it right there. So Ryan Jones comes in at number 2. We've seen him struggle a little bit with teams that do like a box and one or face guard him. Brady Patterson did a fantastic defensive job against him. James McNeely against Volcano did a great defensive job against him. You want to see Ryan Jones take over games earlier if you can. He kind of almost waits till the second half to get going.
And I think that's because he's trying to get the team in, or sometimes the team is getting comfortable trying to combat that box and one, sometimes triangle and 2 or whatnot. I think if he's more aggressive, go into the hole, get some free throws, it opens up your game. Instead of waiting until the second half and making some shots or whatnot, especially teams he's going to be playing now, I think starting early, get them hot, and then get your teammates into it. Let Marcus Williams finish the game off.
Well,
they got
the
a
key.
nice team, man.
He's got Marcus Williams. You would love to see him utilize Marcus Williams to help feed off him, right? I mean, if he's getting face guarded, if Ryan Jones is struggling to get his shot off, he's got to rely on Marcus Williams. That being said, the talent that Ryan Jones is one of the better ones we've seen in a while here in the state.
Yeah, especially he's a left-handed guard, 6'2", can take you off the bounce, can knock down the jumper. It's a hard matchup. His ball handling has gotten better. I think what separates him and Patterson, in my opinion, will be the ball handling. Both are knockdown scorers. They can score from anywhere on the court, but I think I like Patterson's ball handling a lot more because he can really yo-yo that ball, have you on a shoestring, have you on skates. So to me, which is a great segue, that's why he's our number one player right now.
Obviously. So Brady Patterson is number one. I'll tell you what, something that's not in these highlights is the way he defends too. One-on-one defense, and he shut down Ryan Jones in this game right here. But when he's feeling it, he's feeling it. One thing Brady Patterson can do is he could take it to the hole and make something ridiculous look routine. His 16-footer, just about as good as anybody.
Yeah, he's going to knock that down, especially if there's no one in his face. He has the confidence to shoot with a guy in his face, a hand in his face. And as you mentioned, he gets hot. Look at pump, fake the pass, step back, knock down that shot. That's a hard shot because it's not in rhythm. You know, he had to stop and gather himself.
It makes it look easy.
In an open court, that's
does it again.
Nightmare matchup.
Buckets, 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 buckets. 46 points in this game against Cleveland specifically, but
right here,
averaging 18 points and 7 assists. I think that's the key. The 7 assists he's averaging, and he'll make things like that look routine. Brady Patterson, hands down, right now, Charles, you and I both agree, best guard in the state of New Mexico.
Yeah.
And he's got a D2 offer. He's going to Eastern New Mexico to play with the Greyhounds, so no D1 for him.
No D1, but the kid can play. Hard to match up with. Great passer. He's really improved his passing game this year. As you mentioned, the 7 assists, but he can knock it down anywhere on the floor. Last night had a rough night. McNeely did a great job on him.
Fantastic job.
And I think that's where he has to utilize his passing more, or Coach Salata figure out a way to get him open. But with all that being said, he's playing lights out right now. He is the number one player in the state right now.
That's your top 5. Drew Wasani at 5. Number 4 was Marcus Williams. 3 was Christian Cunningham. 2 Ryan Jones, and 1 Brady Patterson. We would love to hear your comments, your thought process behind this, because we know there's a lot of players that could slide in here. Just something that we put together. But listen, Charles,
easily.
I really want to give Coach Greg Brown and the Volcano Vista Hawks a shout out. We're going to talk about them more here a little bit later in 3 and Out in bracketology, but that is a big-time win at Rio Rancho. But the way Coach Greg Brown goes about his business, I love it. I love his attitude about things, and I love his coaching style.
He got his kids playing hard. That's all you want. That's all you can ask for.
3 and Out's coming up next. uSports Central on a Wednesday.